Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind, here trying to form the Netherlands as Holland. So we won our first war versus Burgundy. We forced the release of Brabant, so that gives us another potential victim in a couple of years. We took Vlaanderen and we took Antwerpen. Even though we do not have the province we need, Breda, here to form the Netherlands. Obviously, we still have to conquer this area to get it, to get other provinces we need. We did steal 2 centers of trade, so our actual control of the English trade node should rise. We still have our alliances with the people nearby, England, Denmark, Austria, and I'm desperately trying to rebuild my army so that this coalition that is now forming doesn't actually attack us. Yeah, it's a pretty large one. However, once it ticks over to the next year, it will actually push out several of the countries who could have been potential enemies towards us, because I timed that properly without meaning to. And now we rival Scotland. Put our province in The Hague and keep it drilling. 80 development Holland. Not a bad start, if I do say so. Plus the Renaissance is spreading in our lands. However, we do have to quarantine the port and let people die, which is unfortunate. But we got out of that war pretty much. All of our allies got out of the war in reasonable shape. Honestly, Austria is the least happy with us. England wants one of our provinces, but other than that, it's fine with us. I think... Well, let's see. France got all of their land in England with the exception of Calais. So I don't think there's going to be another England-France war, except maybe over Scotland. So we should be good on that front. And I don't believe this coalition can actually get any larger now. Actually, it can get a little bit larger, Brabant, but they've got a 10-year treaty with us. I believe 10-year. Oh, 15-year. Excuse me, 15-year treaty. And that's where we're at. We just kind of... Yeah, we've now been warned not to go to war with people. We're going to lose our alliance with Austria. Why Austria? Why did I lose trust with them? Weird. Well, let's quickly royal marriage them. Maybe that'll keep them happy. Probably because we were a vassal of their rival. That was costing us it. Yep, there we go. We got them back. The royal marriage was enough. I suspect we would see the same issue for England, right? No, interesting. I don't know why that occurred that way, so we'll leave it as is. Okay, it's improving relations with Austria. We need a little bit of money. We got a government reform coming. I think we probably need to curb the power of the nobility a little bit. On the other hand, the increased manpower would be really useful. Tax or manpower? Manpower. Unfortunately, we will let the nobles get away with their privileges for now. They're just too valuable. That's the honest reason. Our legitimacy sucks because we have unlawful imperial territory. That's why Austria hates us. However, since we are allies with them, they will not demand it from us. So we're gonna get stuck with that modifier until these 2 provinces are cored, which is going reasonably fast. I think the next things to do are, well, obviously wait till the aggressive expansion dies down. But I need those 4 provinces to get it. Allied to Burgundy, allied to other people, allied to Denmark. Honestly, Geltree would be our best target, but we'll wait. We have to wait like 30 years anyway for this to disappear, so we shall wait and see where things take us. Yeah, I'm gonna let my people get slightly angry with me, because offending somebody who's right on our borders does not seem to be a smart move. Yeah. We do have 3 transport ships, so if needed, we can move troops down to Valander, and plus we have enough monarch power to reduce things. Okay, do we want to do standard pikes? How is the Renaissance doing? It's a ways away. It is a 6% penalty. We'll take it. It's not bad. It's not the most efficient use, I know, but I'd much rather have a stronger army. We will do the admin power, because one of our first ideas as Holland is the yearly inflation reduction. So getting some inflation isn't a problem, although we really do need an heir. No need to worry too badly. We are now one of the stronger nations in the HRE. We could technically try competing for the HRE throne. We just have no legitimacy. Ooh, what's this? No, mercantilism. Always going to be more useful on Holland. See, look at that. Almost 5 gold from that. Where did our ships are patrolling properly? Good. I think once we can, we're going to do this. Going to core them, and I'm going to give these both to the burghers, which is a lot of influence for those idiots. But 91 gold says it's probably worth it. Not only that, but it removes the autonomy penalty for the trade and trade power and production. And naval and sailors, so that should boost our income. Yep, to 6. Not bad. Geltree is attacking Utrecht. Utrecht. Is Utrecht vulnerable? Oldenburg came to their aid. Nah, I can't afford a war. Too bad. Geltree and Friesland versus Utrecht and Oldenburg. Interesting. I'm going to bet Geltree wins that just because they launched the war, so they know what's going on. And we wait for the autonomy to go down on those 2 provinces, but we still make enough money that it's not a huge problem. Renaissance has been embraced by Flanders, interestingly enough. There's still no union under Burgundy. Yeah, this will go fast now. Yeah, 1.8 something. We can embrace Flemish, which we will do immediately. There we go. That should get rid of any of unrest. None of that non-accepted culture nonsense. Our legitimacy slowly going up. That's going to be our biggest problem for a while, honestly, is getting legitimacy. Especially when we keep doing that and losing more. Oh well. Burgundy does not have an heir. Theodora does not have an... I'm just trying to see if... We may want to play some of the diplomarriage games since we are in the HRE. So I got to keep an eye on that. Let's get some more... We can support 29 trade ships. Wow. Sorry, that's a very high number of trade ships considering how small we are. I guess the Dutch traditions 50% help a lot, but still. Well, we know it's more efficient to stick them in the English trade node, so we'll keep doing that. What else? We got 7 years till we can get more Diplo power. We got to be a little bit careful here because the burghers actually have a lot of influence. We could technically improve our capital a little bit. I mean, I'm vaguely tempted, but I could try and get a large city 30 development. But there is an event that fires from the Netherlands at some point that gives permanent 10% development cost. Or it fires on Holland too. Admin tech of 13, so that's going to be a while. We have excess military power. It's not worth it, though. It's not worth it. Okay. Coalition against us has been disbanded, pretty much. Alsace should leave soon. And we have Austria on our side, which is positive. It's a shame that none of the electors are going to die, because we're actually in a pretty good shot to be given some. We, of course, solid member of the HRA, and now apparently we've got corruption. That hurts our income a little bit. I'm going to actually boost it one higher. Because this guy's an embezzler, so if we did get corruption right now, he would counteract our automatic paydown of it. Pretty much. Transfer trade power to England. Nope. No way are you getting trade power from me, England. On the other hand, I wouldn't mind finding another ally. Silesia has grown? Question mark? Munster might not be a bad one. No, Silesia has lost land to Brandenburg. And they're independent. That is weird. That is weird. It's honestly very weird. Because usually they don't have that happen. Usually it's the other way around. We have it in one of our provinces, but due to autonomy, it's tiny, but it should be spreading in our capital now, right? At a reasonable pace. Yeah, 1.13 per month. Zealand should probably get it first. Vlaanderen's obviously going to get it soon enough. Oh, I can add this province to the HRE, which at this point I'm going to do. The interesting thing I should point out is when I formed the Dutch nation, actually I do stay in the HRE. Huh, I thought I got kicked out of the HRE. Yeah, I do. If I'm not an elector, I lose the HRE lands. Or I don't lose them, I just leave the HRE. So we either want to become an elector, which is hard, or we have to conquer all the land we want in the HRE before we leave the HRE. HRE politics, am I right? I can't wait to see how they change that. That update next year should be amazing. It'll add some very needed rework to Europe. The breakup of France should be fun. Hopefully it doesn't recreate the immense French vassal swarm. We'll do influential ally, trustworthy allies. We actually could probably become Emperor of the HRE if we worked at it. Which might be worth it. Not early on, though. Once we're getting closer to forming the Netherlands, it might be worth it. At that point, we could afford to fight off all the vultures that will descend on the HRE if a weak nation becomes emperor. And we're not overwhelmingly weak. We're 16th in the world in military and 14th in Diplo. 345th in admin seems a little low to me. But what do I know about it? All I know is that we're just going to get trade higher and higher and higher and higher if we can. Also, I should give this province to the burghers as well. There we go. I know, I'm giving all my land to merchants, which is... Actually, they own all but one province, two provinces of my lands. But the sheer amount of bonuses I get for the trade is... We're getting 82 to match London's 161, but we're getting it from 5 provinces, and they're getting it from all of England. Plus, we have a penalty on this one right now. Actually, we have a bonus. We have a penalty on Vlaanderen, I believe. Yeah, merchants outcompeted and influenza. Wow. How am I even getting trade power from this? Oh, because of the burgers. That makes sense. Burgers counteract a lot of stuff. Protect trade. I guess the Lubeck trade node, because England's a loss. A little bit. We have much better multipliers than England does, though. Because of our burgers, literally. They're so influential. We have bonuses from it. I'm surprised this war with Geltry and Utrecht is dragging on as long as it is. Of course, I don't believe, can get safely. We might be able to take, like, Utrecht, but that's it. All the different alliances. Oldenburg pieced out. Yeah, it's got to be over. Utrecht can't win this. Which means I may have to try and beat Geltry, who is going to be slightly harder, seeing as they're allied with Brittany, Brunswick, and Friesland. On the other hand, I could get 2 of the provinces I need, or 3 if they take Utrecht, whatever, in this war. That could give me a couple provinces. Okay, let's see how this goes. That should be 100% war score. They took both. Ooh. Can't form a coalition, can I? No. Actually, you know what? Let's cancel that. Let's start fabricating a claim on these guys. Yeah, they're now my rival. Or they're now rivaling me. I'm surprised Austria is not demanding they return land, though. That's odd. Huh. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Normally Austria is much better about forcing countries to return land. It seems a bit odd they would just kind of ignore it. Oh, there we go. Unlawful territory. So they refused. I guess Austria's decided it's not worth attacking them. Obviously, if I can, I'd like to pick up some land. Just got to be wary of that overextension. 39. Probably by the time I'm ready for war, it'll be down to 36 or so. I suppose I could probably pick up these 2 provinces. Won't be able to get these other ones, probably. And obviously, we still need Breda here. It might actually be worth me waiting and beating up Brabant first, then worrying about Geltry later. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Advancement effort. You'd think 1% would get it a little bit faster, but I guess not. Yeah, see, that's still another 5 years till it's expected. And we'll bump that to 20, just because I've got excess military points. That one country should bump it over our autonomy. Suppose, yeah, I'll move that to 20. This one, though, on the other hand, would be very expensive to develop. I suppose I could stick at least 1 or 2 military points into it, because we have the nobles in charge of it, so the manpower is boosted. Luckily, we should be able to get through some of these government reforms reasonably fast, because unlike a lot of countries, we're pretty small. Other than the autonomy in these 2, should go faster. Hopefully we can get through the reforms faster. I really want to get the Renaissance. That way I can sell it to England or Austria. if we're lucky right here, there'll be a revolt, and Utrecht will try and retake their land, then we might have a shot. But anyway, that will be it for this episode. We are now 87 developments. We are growing. We are actually reasonably light in the HRE. Still have no heir, which means we could end up with a Habsburg, or actually a Lancastrian on our throne, depending on how things go. England's got a personal union over Awfully. Interesting. Ah, yes, England. Ireland. That's where they are. So anyway, thank you guys all for watching. If you guys have any tips or help, please let me know, because this is a tricky game. Oh, we have a cardinal too. Anyway, see you guys all next time. Bye for now.